I finished matric and I didn't know what my passion was.
The game changer in
Yes.
this industry is being top of mind.
Yeah, my mommy sometimes asks me, why are you doing this for free? Why are you gonna shoot? Then I say, because I need to create content, I need to be relevant, I need to stay top of mind. That's how you get your work. Driving a Jeep with my name on it. Yeah, that was a big moment, right?
Hello honeys, it's Yolz. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. It is another segment of Influenced By, and today I have someone so special. You may have seen her in one of my older travel vlogs in Greece. In fact, I have with me the sensational wife, mother and content creator Rasheeqah Kariem-Hock, and she's sitting here today with me. We all know her as Sheikah's Closet or Sheikah, all the way from Cape Town, where we are at. Hello.
Hi, y'all. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm amazing, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be on your show.
Always.
Yeah.
You know, we actually met overseas, and that's crazy to me because we've lived in Cape Town for so long. We went to the same varsity, and we
never saw each other really. Yeah.
And it was around the same time.
Yeah.
How crazy?
Yeah. I think you're like a year older than me, right?
Yeah, just a year.
Okay.
We were still in varsity at the same time. Okay?
Yeah, so we met in Greece, and then the second time we met was in Joburg, and now finally here in Cape Town.
Yeah, we are. We are talking the business of influencing, and of course, you know what to do. If you enjoy today's episode, do give this video a massive thumbs up. Comment down below and let us know which your favorite part was, and of course, do subscribe to both our channels. Sheikah is a YouTuber, in case you didn't know. Did I say YouTuber? You are a YouTuber.
You forgot to mention that in the intro. I'm a YouTuber as well.
She just forgot. She forgot us. She's a little absent, but we are calling her out in the intro.
You guys need to call me back. So come and follow me, and you'll give me purpose and reason to create content on YouTube again.
Yes, I absolutely love it. Let's get straight into this video. Enjoy. So I always want to know, in the beginning, where did it all start? Sheikah, coming from varsity into your first job. Girl, where did picking up your phone and posting on social media begin?
It actually started, didn't start in school. And my generation, I think we started later with, social media.
Now I'm part of your generation.
Yeah, so now I started university, I think, I think I was like 3-4 years into my studies already, because I studied for like 6 years, where I started to do funny videos on Reels with my boyfriend at the time, is now my husband.
Yes, put a ring on it.
Oh shit, my ring is not here. Anyway, so yeah, I started to make funny videos with him, and I've always loved fashion and looking good, so I've basically, what's another word for mix those two?
Putting it together.
Yeah, like I put it together, the comedy and the fashion side, and that's how the brand grew.
First video?
That I can't remember, but it was probably a funny skit, because I was known for my funny skits back then. Before I started making money, I only did like, the funny skits and all about the following,
And then you studied something so serious?
Yeah, I studied law, and I studied BCom, and did my honors in industrial psychology. My husband is a lawyer though, but I just studied to have something behind my name. Basically, I was never passionate about it.
Oh, you knew going in that this is just...
No, I was going to go with it. If social media didn't come along, I was going to go with it, because I finished matric and I didn't know what my passion was.
Oh, wow.
And I've always loved being on stage. I've always loved entertaining people. I've always loved being the MC and stuff. But it never clicked that maybe you need to go into that field. Because, I thought it's cool studying law or becoming a doctor or whatever, the high titles.
Yes.
I didn't really realize that you actually need to do what you love.
Yes.
And I only found my passion a few years ago.
You told me a few years ago a little story about like yourself at work making all these videos after varsity, and then figuring out like, how do I then get out of this, because this is making money. She had a whole car, one of the first creators in South Africa to be given a car that had her name on it. You actually drove us home with your car.
Yes. It was a Jeep, but it wasn't actually from Jeep itself. It was a leasing company. But yeah, that was a big moment, driving a Jeep with my name on it.
How? And you were working, girl. How were you managing the transition for yourself?
So I had a full-time job for 3 years, and my plan was always to get out eventually, but I could never, you know, there was no backup when it comes to finances. So I used to work lunchtimes, I used to work before work on my social media, I used to work after work on my social media. So while driving to work, I'm making a video about the morning.
I remember those.
I was just always creating content, and then, you know, it took me years, it took me 3 years in that job to finally say, okay, I'm gonna take a shot now and do social media full time.
And you did it.
And I did, and never look back, baby girl.
No regrets at all.
No regrets. I can't see myself sitting in the office 9 to 5 every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things you always stand out with and for, and stand strongly for, is your brand with your beliefs. How has that been? Has there been any struggles standing out in a space where, for one, there are brands you just can't work with? From the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, automatically that cancels out a lot of money on the table. How have you navigated that?
So, as you all know, I'm Muslim, and I can't really work with, not really, I can't work with alcohol brands, and you know, they pay the most money.
Yes, I've never either.
Okay, no.
By choice, but I know like it's money.
Yeah, there's money in there. So they pay big money, underwear, you know, a lot of things I don't do. What's also difficult sometimes is going into a space, going to an event, and you're the only one there wearing a scarf, you're the only one wearing modest clothing. So it hasn't always been easy. I've been excluded from a lot of things.
Knowingly?
For example, I'm wearing a scarf a lot these days. So when it comes to, say, hair care brands or tools or whatever, they won't know, you know, I'll be lost on the list. So there's a lot of things that I won't get the opportunity for, but it's fine because, you know, I've come so far and I haven't changed who I am, and it's working for me. I think there's still a lot I want to achieve, but I've come a long way.
Wow. What are your thoughts on having a strong sense of self in this industry?
I think that my brand has always been about being myself, being real, being raw. And I think content creators who build a brand on something that they're not, it's difficult for them to keep up with it. Because the true colors do come out somehow. Do you understand? It's difficult to put up a facade all the time. It's tiring. It takes a mental toll on them. So it's easier for me because my brand since the beginning, it's been, this is who I am. If you don't like my accent, if you don't like the rawness, and you know, if you don't like me, then I'm not your cup of tea. But then you can't be everyone's cup of tea. But the point is that I think TikTok, I made a story about this earlier, TikTok is now motivating people to be themselves and real and raw.
Yes, I actually love that.
Yeah, I love that. But what I was saying is, that's been me all along on Instagram, do you understand?
Yes.
So it's so easy for me to create content, to be this person, because I can never be someone, online that I'm not in real life.
Yes, this is true. This is very true.
Yeah.
We had a situation on our trip which has not met the internet yet, and that's how we... Not the face! Not the face! I think we had common ground in the way in which we carried ourselves. Basically, fast forward to the trip with us meeting cordially on the plane and then getting to our accommodation. 2 nights later, she's coming from Mykonos, me coming from Santorini.
Yeah.
And
I was alone on a plane in a different country.
Oh my goodness.
She actually saved my life. I think it was like raining also that time, and it was just like a movie. I'm alone in the airport.
Yes, we coming. She thought we are coming. coming. We don't know this girl, but
we're coming for you.
Yes.
Now you really saved me. Yeah.
It was definitely one of those moments where you realize we may have different religious beliefs in a sense, but so many of the same values.
Yes.
And I remember you saying, I feel safe with you guys. Like,
Yes.
can I hang out? You were so scared. You're like, can I hang out with you guys? Your husband's going to be fine with that. And I love that because outside, like offline, we found common ground. We didn't have the cameras on at the time. Of course, right after that, we were like discovering these together. We were always on the camera together. But it was just so interesting for me that the facade was off because I didn't know you as a content creator. Of course, once you got off the plane, I had to just look, who's this girl? What is she doing here? And whatever attracted you to us, you're like, hey, I found your number somewhere.
Yes.
I'm flying back. I need to come back. And this time I'm alone. She actually came with the other group. We were the only Joburgers, in fact. And that experience also showed me that it's just so important to remain yourself because whatever she found on the internet at the time about me and whatever I found about her, that was the same person that matched. And I just think that's the real influencer. When you are able to influence someone in real life without the cameras on. And from there we were able to build a friendship, you know. And I just love that. That's a story that, it's the first time we're sharing it, but it's a story that always warms my heart when I think about you in Cape Town and making such a strong mark for people to be able to read who you really are with only seeing 5% of your life. Isn't that crazy?
No, it is. People always think they know everything about you, but actually I'm creating content like you said, like 5-10% of my life. The rest they don't know and they don't see.
But it's a good window to your heart because it's a true reflection.
Definitely.
You don't have to fake that. Right? I could stand you for a whole 10 days, my friend. In another country.
No.
You switch sides very quickly. On the way back to South Africa. She's not traveling with different people. I absolutely love that. Are there any other, challenges from being a Cape Town creator? One of the things we've always spoken about is the difference in opportunity. One of the things you text me about is prices. Like, why do Joburgers charge so much? Is this fair? Is this not fair?
That's a struggle we don't really talk about here in Cape Town, and a lot of people don't ask me that. I've spoken to you about it. I think that Joburg influencers, Joburgers, they grow faster. For me, they just become successful faster than us here in Cape Town. For me, it feels like we work longer. I'm not going to say harder because we all work hard, but it takes so longer here in Cape Town than someone. I've seen people move over to Joburg and it happens like this for them. So I've asked myself why that is. Definitely, I think I've told you, I think more agencies are that side. There's a lot of agencies there that's never worked with me. They don't know about me.
Which is also crazy to me.
So I think that's also one of the struggles here in Cape Town. It takes a lot longer for you to actually make your mark.
But you did it very quickly.
No, how can you say that?
You quit your job and you're doing this full time. I could not do that when I decided I want to pick up the camera and do YouTube in Cape Town. I realized very early in the game that it's going to be so much harder for me to crack through that ceiling, that invisible ceiling that exists. We like it, we don't like it, it's there. But now I think I could move back, enjoy the lifestyle because the quality of life is here.
And you have the moolah now, you say?
No, the database. I'm on the database of those agencies.
Yes, you are. So that makes sense.
Right? Because that's the thing, the difference. The game changer in this industry is being top of mind. Right?
That's what I tell people. I think that's a tip for you. I always say that my mommy sometimes asks me, why are you doing this for free? Why are you gonna shoot? Then I say, because I need to create content, I need to be relevant, I need to stay top of mind. That's how you get your work.
She is dropping gems. Talking about sustainability, how have you managed? It's been a lot of years. Do you have a business set up? Do you pay yourself on a consistent basis? How do you make this sustainable for you?
I'm not that good with finances. I love spending money, but
fashion.
I left my job. I think it's been almost 3 years that I'm doing this full-time content creation, and I what I've told myself, okay, we don't have pension funds, and so I told myself, okay, you need to put aside savings for pension. One day when you retire, you need to have savings. You need every month, you need to be able to pay your bills for the next month as well, because you never know what could happen.
It's not guaranteed. Today's check is not tomorrow's check, my friend.
Exactly. I was on maternity leave. There was no maternity leave. I didn't get salary while being on maternity leave. Do you understand? I was there in hospital. I was thinking, before I went in, I still edited a vlog. Before they took the baby out, I'm here in bed editing a vlog. I'm a few days, I think 2-3 days after I need to shoot for a campaign now. So while having this cut, so I worked that first week after giving birth. So that's the thing, it's hectic for content creators. You need to know that if I earn double my normal salary for a month, I can't be spending everything. You need to put aside for a rainy day.
Always plan. So now I'm interested in knowing, what does a typical week look like for Rasheeqah, who is constantly shooting. Actually, your videographers are also amazing. By the way, amazing work on socials. Who is now a TikToker. You've blown up so quickly. I love it for you. And I'm glad you using the tools and the apps that are there, because we need to leverage on those, whether you like it or not. Be on the apps if your thing is to grow and to get the attention of brands.
Yeah.
What does a day look like for you leading up to your week and your planning and structure for the brand?
One thing about Rasheeqah, like every week is a different week. We've tried, so my scarf stylist is here, and we've tried to work out a routine where we say Monday and Tuesdays we create content, Wednesday. It never happens like that, because some days you'll be shooting paid work. Some days I'll be shooting stuff for TikTok. Most TikTok stuff is not paid for, so but it needs
building the brand.
Yeah, it's building my brand, so it needs to be done. Some days I'll spend with my baby. You know, if I haven't been home for like 2 days, say 9 to 5, and the third day I'll feel guilty. I'll want to be with her for a full day. I need to make time for my husband. I need to make time for my family in Worcester. So yeah, it's all of that in 1 week.
As long as you're fitting it in, it works for you.
Yes.
Okay, I like that a lot, because
but it's hectic.
It is not easy.
It's hectic.
You can't sleep. As an influencer, we do make that, and a lot of my guests have been saying the same thing. You just can't sleep. There's no day where you're actually fully resting.
Yeah. Because I've realized, even if I'm swiping on TikTok,
it's work.
It's work, because I'm like, I'm gonna do this video, I'm gonna do this video.
That sound, this,
and then
that.
you start working in your mind, so you are constantly working. It's never just for I'm never there for the fun of it. I'm looking for inspiration. So yeah, it's a 24/7 thing.
Love it for you, girl.
Yeah, but if you love what you do, it doesn't feel
that bad.
Yes.
One thing I've learned, though, especially being a mom and a wife now, is prioritizing rest and also giving myself leave days. Have you ever given yourself leave? Proper leave?
What do you mean with proper leave now? No.
Like you would at work. If you are working for somebody, you are looking at the calendar, you're looking at the public holidays, looking at what you can make as a long weekend.
Yeah. I love working public holidays though. But there is leave days. My leave is when I go to my family in Worcester. It's in a small town, and it's just being at home with the family and my nephews. There's no phone.
What?
Yeah, no, I don't care about my phone.
I need to do that more.
Yeah, my phone is inside in the kitchen, laying there, whatever. I'm there with my baby, I'm there with my nephews, with the people that I love. And that's that keeps me sane. So I'll do that on a Saturday or a Sunday. And then the day after, I'm ready to work again. So
it's a way of refilling again and resetting.
Yes.
So I have some friends who would love to give you free financial advice. For you as a content creator, is there any concern that you have in our industry when it comes to anything regarding your finances?
Now that I'm a mother, more than ever, I often think about health. What happens if something happens to me and I can't work for 2 weeks or a month or 2 months? So far I've been blessed with good health, but you never know what happens in the future. Now that I have a child, you know, these things are important. So if they could advise me on that.
Okay, let's hear what they have to say.
Thanks for your question, Rasheeqah. First of all, we would advise to look at a savings plan where you save normally between 3 to 6 months of your expenses, just as a cushion to fall back on if you've got any financial emergencies. So that will avoid you to go into debt as well.
Yes, Yolanda, I do agree with you. It is important to have an emergency fund available. But another important part of financial planning is an income protector. Your biggest asset as an individual is your ability to earn an income. But unfortunately, this can be taken away if something like a severe illness or disability happens to you, and you don't want to take your living standards away from your children. So it is important to have all the necessary protection in place to make sure that your family keeps on living as before the event. There are various types of income protectors. We will discuss it on an individual basis to make sure that you as an individual and your family, of course, are covered as a whole.
Yes, correct, Marisca. And we will tailor it according to your needs. Another thing you have to keep in mind is medical aid. It's such a necessity in South Africa today.
For sure.
So yeah, it's important, like Marisca said, it's important to work with a financial advisor. Your needs can change. Your needs change. It can change within a few months. So it's important for you to work with a financial advisor and see where you are, where your needs are, and we tailor it according to your needs. For any of the viewers who would also like to see where we can protect your income, click on the link below and we will make contact with you.
Thank you so much. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you so much. Now I feel better about it now.
Awesome. So my final question to you is for younger Shika. Say she's not growing up in Worcester, but maybe Oudtshoorn or Paul, who's now got her phone, always on her phone, always following, always doing skits, always watching, but not creating. What is your advice in terms of actually leveraging on whatever her talents are? She has the phone, she might not have a job, she might be at school, wherever she is, younger Shika, what would you advise her today?
I would say that a lot of times we think that if you're from a small town that you can't dream big, that you can't see yourself on television or in the magazines or hear yourself on the radio. You know, I used to drive around and I think to myself, these people are so cool on radio. And now I've been on radio so many times that, you know, it's a normal thing for me.
Yes, interviews, right?
Yeah. So I just want to say that don't be afraid to start somewhere. If you love content creation or if you love what you do, start today.
Yes.
I didn't start with a photographer and a videographer and a makeup artist. That came after years. So it was only myself and my phone. I didn't have the best phone. I don't come from money, but I had a dream and I worked hard. So if you do the same and if you believe in yourself, you will definitely reach your goals and your dreams definitely can come through. Doesn't matter how big they are.
Yes, I am so glad we got to sit down and actually really talk not only to ourselves, not only to you, but to the little girl who's the inner child in us, because she's looking back and she's like, oh, I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
You know, regardless of where they grew up. I grew up in a small town, the first 12 years of my life in Mpumalanga, where, does anybody know Mpumalanga? You know, in Cape Town, they used to ask me, do you guys have any roads there?
Yeah.
Roads. We have roads in Mpumalanga. And now looking back, that girl had big dreams, and she sits here today talking to literally sensational,
I know, stop it,
big creators who are making big moves. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You are most welcome. If you have any questions for Rasheeqah, please leave them down in the comments below. Let us know also which part of this segment you absolutely enjoyed, and of course, do not forget to subscribe to both our channels. We are both on YouTube. It's very
Be
free.
nice in the comment section.
Yes, it is absolutely free, and we absolutely love hearing from you. Love you guys so much. Bye.